Eka,
Hi, Lily.
how are you?
Super, thank you so much.
Thank you for
How are
coming.
you?
Yeah, I'm fantastic, and I'm so happy to start to know you better. Where you come from?
I was born and raised in Montreal, but my parents are from Hong Kong, so I'm Chinese descendant, but I am fully Canadian, born and raised there, and I left about 2003. So I left home 17 years ago.
So you left Montreal 17 years ago. Wow, so where did you go after that?
I moved to Hong Kong. I was always in fashion, and then I moved to Singapore, staying in fashion, and then here.
So when did you move to Phuket?
7 years ago.
How you feel here?
I feel that Phuket is, for me, has been, I mean, every part of the journey has been life-changing, but I prefer, this journey has been the most remarkable, I think, for me in terms of growth, because it gave me the opportunity to do what I love, which everybody knows that music is my thing. So I was reinvented here, I'd call it, from corporate fashion to my own boss and building my own little brand of my music and my band and finally doing what I love. And yeah, so it's given me, I think, me back. And as well, I also have had the opportunity to have two beautiful babies here.
Yeah.
So my life has changed dramatically and definitely for the better.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Eka, what do you think, why people are moving in and come to live here in Phuket for you?
I mean, for me, I would think that it's the same reasons that I was drawn to Phuket, which is once everybody will come on holiday and then eventually they will realize that there's a certain charm to the place, and for me it's all about the people. So the people of Thailand I find so, we call it the land of smiles, but I do find that a lot of those smiles are very genuine. So for me, this is what makes the place. Of course the beach is beautiful, and of course our lovely venues and our beach clubs are gorgeous, but for me, the people make the place. So I think that the people come because of the Thai locals.
It's true. Thailand is really magical, right?
It is. It is.
Are you more south or north of Phuket?
I'm in the middle of Phuket.
Kamala?
That's correct.
Why did you choose Kamala?
Well, I mean, one of the main reasons that we moved here was because we are still very close to a lovely couple, and their names are Roland and Dow, which I think many people know.
Yeah.
And I'm actually the godmother of their firstborn, so they live in Kamala, and naturally we just gravitated towards where our friends were.
Of course.
Yeah.
What is your favorite beach here in Phuket? Not beach, beach.
Oh yes, I was just gonna say. My favorite beach. Well, I think I'm biased to Kamala Beach. I'm biased.
Really?
Yes.
There is something special there because you are not the first one here on the show to tell us
Really?
that Kamala is the favorite beach.
Do they live in Kamala? Is that probably why?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's our neighborhood. It's our community beach. And for me, that's the beach that I walked every single day when I was pregnant, or this is the beach where my kids hang out. So for me, it has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And your favorite restaurant?
That's a hard one.
Be careful.
Artisan.
Whoa. She's coming after. No, this place is really magical. Yeah, there is something special. And you perform there?
I do. Actually, I did my first gig there about, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. It's wonderful because I'm friends with, lovely Michaela and Martin, and
yeah.
And for me, a place is created with the soul of the people there. So because I love them, I naturally love their place. Another one of my favorites is Sway, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love
Chef Noi, yeah.
beautiful food?
It's true.
And the environment, so yeah.
Eka, what is your favorite word in Thai and why?
My favorite word in Thai is chai leo.
Chai leo.
Chai leo.
That means, for people that don't speak Thai?
Yeah, it's an affirmative, it's a yes. I say it because it's become actually part of my lingo. And I like the affirmative words instead of my chai. I prefer saying chai leo, and it's so natural. I find that I'm even saying it to my friends and family when I'm speaking to them in Canada, and they're like, "What did you just say?" It's just one of those words that naturally come.
It's true. It's like the little ka after every sentence, and sometimes I surprise myself talking in Spanish or in French with my family and putting ka.
That's right.
And I'm like, okay, it's time to hang out the phone.
Exactly. At least I'm not saying nah yet.
It's true. It's true. Okay, Eka. Many people study different things and then end up with a different career.
Yes.
What are your study?
I studied fashion design, women's wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? In Montreal?
In Montreal at La Salle College. Funny thing is I never worked in fashion design ever, but I did work within the field of fashion, but more towards the marketing and the collection development as well as the public relations aspect. So I actually went towards the people side of things naturally, but still staying within fashion. But I've always loved music, and I've always wanted to be a singer.
So how you make it from fashion to music?
Well, actually, when I was in Montreal, my hobby was music, and at some stage, I was a director of a choir when I was in high school. So that was, I think, the beginning of my musical career, or just the journey, I'd say. I started a choir in my high school with 35 girls, and funnily, because of those who can sing, a lot of them were African Canadian, so it was really interesting to see this little Chinese girl with a whole bunch of African Canadians. So that was always really fun. And then when I was studying, I kept on singing, and then at some stage I joined a band, which is actually called Jai, J-A-I, and it's a girl band in Canada, which and we actually had a hit in year 2000 called Checking Me Out, and that actually topped the Canadian charts for a few weeks. So
great!
We went on to auditioning for Sony Canada, and so music was always a part of my life. And then actually, because I didn't make Sony Canada, it actually broke me at that young tender age. So then I ended up pursuing my second second interest in life, which was fashion.
Great. So how you can define your fashion style or your personality? Because when you walk here in Phuket, we know that it's you.
Right.
How you define that?
I think that for me, a style is about self-expression, right? And what makes you feel good. So on certain days, like today, I feel like being in a dress, and because it's what I feel good in. But most of the time, I am just I like to consider myself cool and edgy. I think that's usually how I try to gear my looks, but I really do enjoy, putting on a gorgeous gown as well when I'm performing at, the top end places. I guess my style is, let's say, authentic to me, and it's always classy with a little bit of edge.
Great, and you always look stunning.
Thank you.
No, but really.
And you. Thank you.
Eka, who inspire you as musician?
I grew up listening to a lot of R&B, so R&B is still very much in my DNA, and it's still the sound that gives me the buttery feelings, like that melting butter feeling. I love jazz. I've always loved jazz. So growing up, I listened to a lot of Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, as well as Beyonce, all the R&B groups. I can't think of them now, like Salt and Pepper. I really was hardcore R&B. 112, R. Kelly, LL Cool J, there's a lot of those bands, and I still listen to them now, and I really enjoy them. I mean, right now, I am and will always be a forever fan of Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, my queen. So those were my main inspirations.
Great. Are you on creative aspect, writing yourself some songs?
Yeah, well, actually, it's funny that you say that. I just did another recording session yesterday. And so previously, I used to do a lot of writing for electronic music.
Really?
Yes. So I actually have 3 electronic tracks that I already signed, where I created the vocals for and recorded, and the track is on a label. So I'm very, very happy with those. And now, just recently, I started to write my own music together with my band, Eka Soundz.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, and I don't know why it took us, this long, but, I guess.
So what style it would be?
Well, okay, so for those who know our style, we sing a lot of jazz, we sing a lot of soul, so the style of the next track is going to be a neo soul track.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love soul
I'm very
music.
excited about it.
Yeah, of course.
Very excited about it.
When it will be ready?
I think by start of October.
Great.
You should be able to see the video, and I hope that we can air it with you.
Yeah, of course. We will do something special, right? For that. Before performing, are you suffering from anxiety?
Well, at the very beginning, yes. At the very beginning, I used to have performance anxiety. Took me about it took 3 whole years before I can get over it.
So what is your secret?
The secret is you just have to do it.
Yeah.
You have to fake it till you make it. That's the key for me. Every single event and every single chance you get to sing publicly, even if you're scared, you still have to do it, because those are all match practices.
Yeah.
And the more you match practice, the more you will achieve to this place where where you find your confidence and you're able to just be your authentic self. And this is where I'm at now. And so I'm very proud of that. But, this was also, the anxiety also came from hiding my voice for a long time when I was in fashion, because of the trauma that came from not being able to not having been signed with Sony. So it took a long time to kind of process, digest, forgive myself, and get over that.
Yeah.
And then when I start singing again, you're naturally a little bit scared of your voice, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And but then with determination and with passion, you can get through it. And singing publicly, it's literally fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
I think I'd say probably it took me about at least 40 gigs before I can really before I got comfortable. Sure.
But now all okay.
Oh, now I performing is a part of me, and I love it. I love being able to take my audience on a journey.
Yeah.
And yet I think the best part is actually how I feel within it, because I feel authentic doing it. I don't feel like I'm trying to be anybody else when I'm doing it, and I think that is my glory.
Yeah.
My joy right now. Yeah.
So this was the story of Eka, but now I want to know about Eka Band. What is the story? How you met them, and how you now Eka Soundz?
Oh, with pleasure. Eka Soundz is formed with, the core is formed with my guitarist Boy, and Tony, my drummer, and Pitu, which is my bassist, and these have been the original 4 for the last 7 years. So the band started with Boy, and when I moved from Singapore to Phuket, I was determined to go into music and to just do what I loved. And I had to form a band, so my girlfriend Marine from Geelong Bay, which you may know, took me to Phuket town on my first month arriving here to the island.
Oh, wow.
And says, I will go to all the bars with you, all the live music places, and I'm going to introduce you to the musicians that I know that you might connect with. So she took me to a shop, which is a clothing shop, and I'm like, what are we doing in a clothing shop? And it was actually a thrift shop owned by the girlfriend of Kunboy Navio. And so right there, I met him for the first time, and we spoke very briefly. He was introduced to me as the guitarist.
Yeah.
And that night he was playing at Saneha, and so I went to Saneha to see him. I sung one song with him, and I still remember which song it was. I think I sung Ain't No Sunshine with him. And from then on, I knew that I had to play with him. And it's the way he is, the way he supports you, the way he makes you feel comfortable. And again, because at that time I was still green, right, as a performer.
Yeah.
So he just makes me feel like supported, and in more than just a musical way. Like there's a soulfulness that comes out of him. So after that, I basically chased him for 3 months. Went to different venues to see him, to visit him, to be like, hi, so do you want to start a band? And after 3 months of chasing him, we agreed to start something together. And then from then on, he introduced me to Tony, which is the drummer. And then later on, 1 more year after, we got a bassist. But even within our first year, we were really, really blessed, because we were already hired by really, really amazing venues.
Yeah, so let's talk about the venues.
Yeah.
Where, sorry for the others, but where is your best place to perform here in Phuket?
Okay, well, best is, best is defined by many different things, but one of the most memorable experiences for me was starting at the Amanpuri. Like, that was probably one of the first 3 venues that booked me, which could be very nerve-wracking.
Yes.
But they signed us for many events, a series, which was wonderful. And I have to say thank you to Fred Varnier, because he, I believe, has really launched and helped me kick off my career because of his support.
So who is helping you to book the places? Are you a one-woman show?
I am my one-woman show. I am the agent, I'm the marketing, I'm the lead, I am the musical curator. But Boy helps me a lot with the musical direction and how to execute the sound that I want, because he has the technical abilities and I have the ideas, so we make a really good team.
Which part is your favorite on your line of work?
My favorite part would be to see at the end of the night the happy audience. That's my favorite. So however I achieve it, it's seeing their joy makes me happy.
Of course. Now it's a tricky question, but I would love to know if you have some weirdo request from a client when you are in a request to come and do a show.
Yes.
Did you have something like really weirdo?
I mean, I've sung for the most eclectic bunch of people, really. From the Prince of Morocco to the Princess of Malaysia to Jack Ma from Alibaba to some real, big names. I guess one of the funny stories was this experience when I had singing for the Prince of Morocco on Valentine's Day, and the gig started at 1 a.m.
in the morning.
Yes. And I thought that was extremely bizarre because it's 1 a.m. Like, I don't, 1 a.m. in a villa and it's not Patong,
No,
and it's like, okay. So that was odd to start, and I wasn't sure what I was walking into. But then I get there, I get to the wonderful, gorgeous villa, and it turns out that half the people in that 100 people audience is actually his entourage. So there's his masseuse, his personal, I don't know.
Yeah, the teacher, the golfers, the language,
And I just found that really funny. I found that was very unusually unforgettable.
Yes, true.
But in terms of weird requests, I mean, in terms of musical weird requests, I get them all the time.
Like, what is the worst song to sing?
It would have to be Endless Love.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Endless Love. I always say I don't know how to sing it. And they would be like, you don't know how to sing it? I was like, no, I'm too young to know that song, which is complete bullshit, but yes.
Yeah. There is some weirdo songs that we can't get enough, right?
It's not like I just refuse to go down to that cheese path, and I know that people love it, but
yeah, people love.
I just say, oh, I don't know it. So if you ever have a request and you know that, and if I say that I don't know it,
you are diplomatic.
Yes.
Please don't request Endless Love.
No,
she will not do it.
Please don't.
No, she will not. Eka, how and where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I hope to always have a place here, because Phuket is really a part of it's a real big part of my heart. But I would love to have 2 homes, one based here and one based in wherever the family is, which I believe at the moment could very likely be Singapore, because we have some business there, and I have a lot of amazing friends there. So for me, home is where my friends and my community is, and I have a lot of friends whom I absolutely adore in these 2 places. So I do believe that in the next 10 years, I hope to have built my own villa, and I hope to have a lovely place as well in Singapore.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wish that for you.
Thank you. But I hope that you will be here too, though. So
of course. I mean, I'm part of your bunch of friends, so I will follow. I will follow. Eka, What kind of advice you would give to someone that wants to start a career in music?
Okay, well, I think my current advice would be that because I'm not naturally a writer, I only started much later. So I think as a performer, I would encourage the amateur to really seize as many opportunities to perform live as possible, so that they can accelerate the process to finding their authentic selves on stage. Because being authentic is what people want to see. And when you're able to reach that energy that people can feel, because when you're authentic, they can feel your authenticity. And I think that's really the key for a performer.
It's true. If you could meet Eka, 15 years old, what you will say to her?
I'd say, girl, you just keep doing what you're doing and don't regret life, and just keep doing it, because everything that you go through will take you to the place that you're meant to be.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell her.
So you will do exactly the same roll up than you had?
Yes, there's not one thing that I would redo, actually. I would, everything in my journey was a part of me, and that I'm very grateful to have experienced.
It's true. What is your best memory in performing?
The best memory? I have so many, but I would say, I think one of the most important ones was singing on my wedding night.
Oh, wow.
For my husband. I was really, really nervous. I was more nervous about that than I think the actual marriage. But it was something that I was dreaming as a little girl, performing on my wedding night. So I'm not the kind of girl where I dreamed about my kind of dress or the kind of wedding. I just always envisaged singing for him.
Wow.
And I did.
Wow.
And I think that was really special.
Of course.
Yeah.
What was the song?
I sang He Loves Me by Jill Scott. And as well as I sang Love Song by The Cure. So these are the two songs that I think our wedding was, were the theme songs of the wedding.
So this is good. So you have a husband, you have 2 kids. How you get your balance between work and family?
I'm very organized. I'm very structured. I have a system. And I work around the children's schedule, and I know exactly when I can slot my Eka time. I don't ever start my day without my run, because my run is my me time. That is absolutely crucial for me to be a nice person, because I am not as nice to be around if I haven't sweated. That you got to know. Don't talk to me before I went for my run.
Okay.
So I start my day with that, and I think that establishing the importance of doing that for yourself, even if you've got kids crying, is so important. But I'm really lucky because I have an amazing nanny.
Great.
So that helps.
Yes, it helps a lot.
Being organized with how you plan your day is really important. If you want to have your me time as a mom, as a career person, and as the wife, and as the many hats that we do wear. Yeah.
It's true. Society is asking so much to a woman.
We have a lot of hats.
Yeah. Is one of your kids showing preference for art or show performing?
I think that my son has always been very musically inclined, and he's singing all the time. He's got the most beautiful voice. But my daughter, who is only 2, she is non-stop singing.
Really?
Which is so adorable, because I was just like that. So I think they're both very musically inclined.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is good. And you will be okay with that?
100%.
So, Eka, when you are running every morning on the beach, on your playlist, what are you listening?
You know what? You would probably expect that I'd say something music, but I'm listening to either Super Soul Conversations by Oprah podcast.
Really?
Yes. Estelle Perel, who is a relationship therapist, podcasts. Or,
oh my God, you're so psycho in the morning running.
I listen to podcasts when I run because I feel like I'm learning.
Oh yeah.
As I am.
So you're really, really organized.
So it's like I'm combining two important things.
Yeah, of course.
However, before an event, before a gig, I actually run to my rehearsals because I tape every rehearsal and I listen to it so that I can see which note is a bit flat or off, or how I want to finish the song, or where I can add more climax. So again, it's a part of being organized. So before a gig, I love listening to the rehearsal so that I know what to improve during the next rehearsal.
Fantastic. I'm impressed. Eka, on your dream dinner.
Dinner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who you will invite? You can choose whoever, 5 person, who you will put to your table.
It would be a combination of, okay. Oh, it would have to be the people that I am so admirational about about what they do for me. So it would have to be Oprah Winfrey.
Great.
Esther Perel, because as a relationship therapist, she is just another league. She's just a notch above. So that's 2. That would be a table of very interesting women. Yes, there would be some very close friends because I just love having dinner with them. Mika, also because I know Mika loves Oprah and Esther Perel, and she's...
Okay, great.
Yes. I would say my mother, because I do love being around her.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just said that. But yes, and the last and not least, oh, sorry, I'd have to say my sister. My sister Hoyen, because she's in Toronto and I haven't seen her in years.
Yeah.
I love that. That would be an interesting table to have.
Maybe one day. Who knows? Who knows? When you are not performing or rehearsing or writing, what are you doing?
When I'm not performing, writing, or anything, I'm actually taking care of my children. I am doing groceries and I'm cooking. I'm baking.
Ah.
And yes, I'm being, when I'm not being singer Eka, I'm being mother Eka, or I'm being wife Eka.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I occasionally get the Eka time again where I'm enjoying a glass of wine with my girlfriends or dinner with my girlfriends, and that's what I love to do.
It's true.
Yes.
Is there something that not so many people knows about you and you would like to reveal today?
Ooh. Okay, something really weird. My favorite food.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very strange.
But it is. Now I'm like super curious.
I'm just thinking of which one, okay, well, my absolute favorite food. Like, if I was dying tomorrow and I just needed to eat 3 things, one of them would be chicken cartilage. So I don't like to eat chicken.
Chicken cartilage?
Yes, I don't like to eat chicken. I don't like to eat... I like to eat the bone, top, you know, the cartilage.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my favorite part of the chicken. So people who know me, they will literally pass me their bones so that I can eat their cartilage. So by the end of it, I've got a pile of bones on my plate. It's odd.
Yeah,
yeah, it's odd.
But okay,
yeah.
We accept it.
Yeah.
We accept it, right?
It's not the most elegant thing to eat in public. So I keep that for the house, yes.
Yeah. Do you have tattoos?
I do, actually.
Can you tell us the story of one of them?
Well, at the moment I only have one, but I plan to get many more.
Ah.
So it's not a good one. I got it when I was 16 and I was inebriated and broke up with my boyfriend, and I decided to get a tattoo, and it was one of those spur of the moment things, and it's of a really ugly bear paw on my hip, and it now looks like a birthmark because it's all smudged in my skin, and the person who performed it was a real junior, so she didn't do a good job. So my second tattoo is going to be one that will cover that into a music note.
Oh wow, which one will be?
I was thinking E major, but it doesn't look like anything, so I will have to probably be one of those 8th notes with those lovely
of course.
things. Yeah.
Eka, now I want to know what would be the best song to declare love to someone. And can you please sing it to me a little bit?
Oh wow, that's a really big question. Okay, so I've got so many different love songs. I love even heartbreak songs because it talks about love, and that's what anything that describes the intensity of the feeling for me is a love song. I recently wrote a song with the band, which was actually dedicated to the children.
Oh, wow.
And it's a conversation to the children, how I'm not sure if I should make you wait until we release it or...
Just, so if you don't want to do the lyrics, maybe just the sounds of this song?
So, okay, maybe I'll just do a little bit of it. So for me, how I'm declaring my love right now is through the lyrics that inspired this song. Yes, it's called Make It Okay.
Make It Okay.
Okay. So it goes. Every night before I close my eyes, staring at your gorgeous sleeping smile, I'll melt away. Every day I wake to see your face, your glowing smile brightens up my day, always. There'll be times you fall and make mistakes, hurt yourself and others on the way. Baby, it will be okay. I'll be there to make it okay. There'll be times you lose sight of your face, turn around and find out it's too late. Baby, it will be okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
If you enjoy this video, you have 3 things to do. The first one is to like it, the second one is to subscribe to our channel, and the third one is to click on the bell icon to get all the updates.